Got our first real full game high level look at both Duke and Tennessee last night on a televised exhibition game. Duke with a comeback victory, down 6 points at half, wins 83 to 76 in Knoxville. Home game for Tennessee. And Duke just basically went on the road and beat a top 20 team. Pretty impressive. Cameron Boozer's the story. We'll talk through everything we saw in this game, but goodness, Cam Boozer is the story. 24 points, 23 rebounds, 6 assists to 1 turnover, 2 blocks, and a steal. Now only 7 for 20 from the floor, only 1 for 3 from three, but he got to the line 11 times, made 9 of them, and most importantly, I mean, what are we even seeing from a rebounding rate
That's
perspective?
17 defensive rebounds.
I mean, this guy is just, he looks like the best rebounder we've seen. I don't even know what to comp it. I've never seen a freshman come in and rebound like this. And he did it in the first game too. He did it again here. I don't know if it's going to hold in ACC play, but like, man, that Tennessee front court is like one of the most physical in the country. That's one of the best rebounding teams there is. And Cam Boozer was like, haha, cute, 23 of them.
Yeah.
I don't even know what we're seeing. On top of Boozer, Isaiah Evans had 22. Big game for Pat Ngamba, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks, and a steal, which encouraged Duke fans to come at a former colleague of ours, Brian Ralph, who
Mm.
had declared after the first exhibition that Big Pat's breakout was not coming.
Ah.
Little bit of a breakout game for Big Pat in game two. That was good to see. Questions elsewhere from Duke for sure. We can talk through it on the Tennessee side. Nate Ament missed a lot of shots in this game. Jacoby Gillespie missed a lot of shots in this game. Collectively 10 for 40 from the floor, 3 for 18 from three. Those two guys probably will not shoot it that poorly again this season. But just to keep that same energy, I came on here last night and killed Louisville's 2 stars for having a similar performance. This was a very Louisvillian game from Jacoby Gillespie and Nate Ament. It was gross. And I'm kind of surprised with how gross they were offensively that this was actually a winnable game for them. They lose by 7 on a night that Gillespie and Ament missed 30 shots.
Mm.
It's pretty ridiculous when you say it out loud. What'd you learn from this Duke win?
First of all, I'm sick that Louisvillian is now like a phrase. Like that exhibition one, your star is not starring is being labeled a Louisvillian. That hurts me a little bit. It's
No,
still L.
Louisvillian is having two chuckers chuck and miss everything. That's Louisvillian.
Understood. Ouch. Ouch. That hurts me. But yeah, I mean, look, Tennessee, despite how bad their stars were, where they were up in the first half in this game. They had a chance to win this game. Their defense really let them down in the second half. They gave up 46 second half points. Now, that's not really, I guess, a trademark of Rick Barnes' teams. But, despite how Tennessee played, they were in this basketball game. But, I mean, it's hard not to just talk your stuff about Cam Boozer in this game. I mean, even though he did struggle from the field, he kind of churned out 20 and 20 and 6 like it was light. Like it was light. He just plays the game the right way, he plays hard, he does a little bit of everything. He's really special for this team. And if you combine him with what Big Pat was able to do in this game, you're talking about one of the better front courts in the country. Now, I think the guards still leave a little bit to desire in this game. I think Isaiah Evans did do some good things putting the ball on the floor. He shot the ball well, 4 of 9 from three, not from the field necessarily, but got to the free throw line, made all his free throws, was good from the 3-point line, had 22 to add to this game. Still have questions about overall the guard play of Duke, but you know, to the way you speak about Michigan, if your front court's really good, then maybe the back court issues aren't as much as you need to worry about.
Yeah. I think we can still worry. I think that's fair.
I mean, I think it's fair to worry when like Caleb Foster gives you 5 and 3 in 30 minutes
Right.
and one
Also, like,
and one assist.
let's just be blunt and real about this. This is Duke we're talking about. It's Duke. Let me say it one more time to make it clear to everyone. This is Duke. At Duke, what are our expectations every year?
Nasty guards.
Be the best team in the country, win a national championship?
Yeah.
So like that's the standard we hold ourselves to, right? Like
Hmm.
anything less from a positional group, I think is worth criticizing. And I think that the early returns from Duke, I mean, look, they just went on the road and beat Tennessee. That's obviously a great result. Maybe the path forward for Duke being awesome this year is like be a really good defensive team. If you wanted to convince me that the defense from Duke had a big part in Ament and Gillespie's struggles, I would listen. I think that's true.
Would you say that?
To an extent, I think it's true.
I thought it was more shot selection by those guys than anything. Not to take away from Duke's defensive efforts, but
I think you're right, but I also think part of the shot selection stuff, at least with Gillespie, Nate Ament might just be like a terrible shot selection guy.
yeah.
Gillespie's not. I've never really watched Jacoby Gillespie and been like he's doing dumb things. And in this game, I felt like Gillespie like didn't want to go inside at all and was settling largely because he's like I got nothing in there. So I don't know. Again, like I'm not trying to doom and gloom a road win. That seems dumb to do, especially when Cam Boozer is what he is. But like it's probably not a good thing that we're coming out of multiple looks at Duke now. And as loud as the Cam Boozer praise and hype is also the questions with the point guard spot. And I it could go beyond the point guard spot. We could look at the guards as a whole. But like just go down this list. Isaiah Evans, 5 for 14 this game. I don't think he was great, but he got you 22 points. Pat Nagamba was very good in my opinion. Nick Kamenia couldn't make anything and was fine. Dame Sarr off the bench. Like Darren Harris, Sebastian Wilkins off the bench looks bad. Other than Caleb Foster and Boozer, it's not like you have a bunch of looks at this. Like they're pretty thin too at point guard in terms of like playmaking.
Mhm.
So, you know, it's not a situation where I'm like, oh, we just like give some guys some time, wait for them to get better. It's a lot more worrisome to me. Like Caleb Foster's in year 3 cart. He doesn't look the part. He looks totally in over his head still. I'm not tripping on that, am I?
No, you're not. And to that point, what is the pivot too? Because I feel like in the preseason we were like, oh, Caden Boozer's going to take over that role. I mean, I know it's been a small sample size, but I haven't been overly just like wowed by that as a point guard option either.
Right. It's not ready. It's not good. And back to my point, kind of, it's the standard. The standard at Duke is are we good enough to win a national championship or not? This point guard play is not.
Yeah, and obviously this is game recap stuff, so I don't want to go like absolutely massive picture things on this. And it is one exhibition game, well, two exhibition games now for Duke. Shire had a chance to bring in a point guard on this team,
Well, that's
and he said, "No, I'm good. I got Caleb Foster. I trust him to be the point guard. Let's go with that."
your Duke, and you didn't portal in one player this year. You know how much we would kill any other coach in the country for that?
Yeah.
We killed Painter for this last year.
Hmm.
Like, if you're not even trying to use the portal, you're not using the resources at your disposal.
Right.
And like, look, he did a good job the year before, so I think it's going to be a year-to-year thing for Shire. And I can understand, like, maybe he didn't want to piss people off. Thought if he did portal in a point guard, maybe that hurts your chances of getting Cam Boozer. Honestly, maybe it was one of the things where, like, oh, you're going to portal over my brother? Then okay, we'll go to Miami. Like, there were complicated stuff at play here, but bottom line, this is what they have, and what they have is a backcourt that's nowhere near good enough to make a Final Four. To me, that's going to be a huge letdown if Cam Boozer keeps this up. Because if you just put a competent point guard with him,
Hmm.
we're talking about a team that should win a national title. And instead, we can't because I don't know what they do. Like, you watch the offense, Boozer covers up so much for this. because he's just so good. And maybe that's where we should keep this video. But like even Isaiah Evans, he got you 22 tonight, 5 for 14 from the floor. I hated most of the shots he took. Like I'm not really buying stock in like an Isaiah Evans is going to shoot 15 times a game team.
I just think Isaiah Evans is what he is though. And it's not this like guard depend on wing depend. It's I think that he did put the ball on the floor a little bit in this game. I'll give that to him. I didn't even see that being the vision, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can get on board with that being the vision.
It's going to be like a bazillion really tough shots if we're trying to feature Isaiah Evans. And I guess, I don't know, coming out of all of this, I think a best case scenario for Duke has Evans as like the third or fourth guy. He's very clearly the second guy.
Right.
And that doesn't seem great. I don't know that second option Isaiah Evans is going to lead to a great offense. And again, maybe Cam Boozer is so good he covers up for all of this. Oh, we don't have a point guard? We got 6 assists from the 6'11 guy.
Hmm.
Like, okay. We can't really generate good shots. Cam Boozer will just get every rebound and put back. He might be good enough that he literally covers up for the rest of this, but it's not going to take away my frustration with the fact that he needs to. I wish he was surrounded by better pieces, and early returns are not great.
Yeah, and I mean that's not even, I think for Isaiah Evans, him being able to hit shots is really what you need around Boozer. You need guys to hit shots. And to his credit, he did hit shots. But outside of that, I mean, uh, Kamenia was 1 for 4. Harris was 1 for 4. Boozer missed his three. Dame Sar was 1 for 3. Sebastian Wilkins shot it off the side of the backboard in his 2 minutes of play. Like
The Cade
it,
Tyson.
yeah, he Tysoned himself. It just did not look good.
Bad look for my Sebastian Wilkins belief all summer. I've been such a Wilkins guy.
Well, I mean, they tried to drill that into our heads.
This is true. Yeah, it's a little scary. Um, quick other things. Let's go back on the positive train because I do feel like we're being overtly negative about Duke after they just went to Tennessee and beat Tennessee. That doesn't feel right. But
Well, the overly negative part though comes to like you said, the Duke standard.
and our frustrations with the fact that there are a couple things on this team that are so good, and we're not coming out of this game being like national title, like we should
Right.
be,
Yeah.
and we're not for other reasons. But okay, back to the good. Patagamba, really good performance from him. I
I
thought
like Big Pat,
what
man.
people want to see come together. Are you in on this?
I am, man. Big Pat he's really, really skilled. He's very skilled. He has the passing stuff. He's a different type of center, obviously, than Man, right? Like I don't think he's not the rim protector athlete lengthwise. But as far as like feel for the game, the passing chops, the finishing, he's a big body. Him and Cam Boozer alone combined for what? 30, 32 rebounds. Like it's just a really good defensive rebounding and offensive rebounding front court for that matter, and just a front court that can control the glass. And I think that Big Pat is, when you look at the how the other guards on this team like struggle to play make and create, you get 9 assists out of your front court total.
Yeah.
Like Big Pat looked like the second best playmaker in this game.
And that's 9 of 14 team assists came from your starting front court,
Front court. And that
which
and that's credit to that front court. Front court, good.
if Shire is what I think he is, he can work with that. Like he could flip a team with 2 point forwards and surround them with shooting and win games, I think.
So who's the shooting? Evans, obviously.
Evans, Kamenia, and I
Yeah.
mean, say what you want, but probably Foster and Harris. Foster went 1 for 1 from three. We probably need to get the volume up in this game, and hopefully Harris makes more in the future. But like, I think that's what would work here.
Mhm.
Is like Boozer is essentially our huge point guard, and we're running the half court stuff largely through Big Pat. Surround them with shooters. Let these guys mismatch hunt and it be a great defense along the way. I think I buy into that vision, but it's just a different vision than I wanted this team to be on paper.
Yeah, but it's still, I think that like you said, the front court wise, this team can dominate.
It also requires guys like Kamenia and Sar to be good. Where are we at on them?
I just visually, eye test wise, I just find myself underwhelmed. But I believe in them as players overall, like just big picture what I've seen from them. But I just find myself a little bit underwhelmed. I think Shire wants it to be Kamenia, and I think it probably has a better chance of being Kamenia. But you just got to see more.
Sar off the bench. Do people want us to believe that that's injury related? He's coming off an injury. We're going to work him back slow. And also, like, yeah, Kameni's been pretty good. But I think Duke people are still carrying the connotation of like, well, when Sar's fully healthy, when it clicks, he's going to be that guy. Do you buy that?
Not really, no.
Is that because of what Shire wants or because Kameni is better than Sar to you or both?
I, I'll say
Sar
both.
has looked really complicated to
Yeah,
me.
I'm gonna say both.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say both. I just think that I haven't really seen it from Sar. I haven't seen it like game wise. I haven't seen it fit wise. Um, even to the point where like you have such a good passing front court, you need guys that I think have the high level IQ and ability to play off the ball, know when to cut, know when to do things. And I don't think I've necessarily seen that from Dame Sar, and I feel like I've at least seen that from Kamenia at a certain extent. I mean, even big picture stuff here looked to like the U19 level, like Kamenia was on that team and he was surrounded by other great players and he played off those guys pretty well in that. So I don't know. I just think that Shire has rightfully identified that it needs to be Kamenia, and I think that's probably the right decision.
Kamenia is a guy that definitely just fits in, even on a night where he's not at his best. This was definitely not his best. 2 for 9 from the floor, 1 for 4 from three. But he's very cerebral and smart, and I think just like he never really like gets in the way of anything, right? He still gets good shots, good opportunities. Those shots will start falling. I see the vision for him more. Sar is like clunky to me right now. Sar is like kind of out there and you don't know how he fits and his offense is not where Kamenia's is and I don't know. I don't know if he'll embrace the role of like elite bench defender or not. Um, guy feels very better prospect than player, and that's a dangerous type. You don't want to need your prospects that are certain one and dones that just aren't very good college basketball players in big roles. It's a credit to Duke that they can bring him off the bench right now, and they're not like force feeding him 32 minutes, but it's not very good at first glance. And if you are doing the revisionist history thing, missing on Cedric Coward to pivot to Dame Sar changed this team massively.
God, I forgot about that.
If they had him, it's just a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, damn. Totally forgot about that. That's true. But it's just crazy though because I feel like and obviously exhibition type things, you want to give it a little bit of time. I'm monitoring at this point.
Yeah.
But I loved all the wing options. Like coming in, I'm like, okay, well, like if Sar doesn't, you got Nick. If Nick doesn't, you got Evans. You have wing options. I have guard questions on this team, but wing will be all right. We even got Wilkins, who's like the last guy who's already producing. If all those guys are gonna lay an egg, then big picture wise, it's not going to, I think, be good for Duke. But even at that, still good enough to go on the road to Tennessee and win.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. You know what this kind of reminds me of?
What?
Actually, hold on. Let me make sure I have the right year in front of me.
Uh-oh.
We're talking like, yeah, all the Duke wings. If you don't got this guy, it'll be another guy. We got so many guys. We'll figure it out. Kind of feels like, well, we don't know who it's going to be, but you got Jeremy Roach and you got Proctor and you got Foster. Like, you got Jalen Blakes. It's like, you got a lot of guys. Are any of them good? It's kind of
Jalen
where
Blakes would be
where
really
I'm
good
at
on
right
this
now.
team.
What's that?
Jalen Blakes would be really good on this team.
He might help this team. Yeah, for sure. He might. That team also did have Jared McCain emerge by the end of the year, by the way. So maybe someone will emerge. We'll see. Last note on Duke, Tennessee, or just Duke from me before we flip to the Tennessee side. 25 for 27 from free throw. Holy shit. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely got to be able to do that and be able to, I think, obviously execute from there. Because Boozer is going to be a guy that's a high free throw guy. Evans getting to the line 8 times was a good sign for him, for a player who I think is a little bit hesitant to do other things. So that was good to see.
There's a lot of guys, too. Like, yes, 19 attempts from Boozer and Evans. They only missed two, but like Big Pat, 4 for 4. Kameni and Foster both made all of theirs. So, like, I don't know. I'm pretty impressed with all things Duke right now, for sure. Except for the guard spots. But the fact that we feel the way we do about the guard spots and they still go to Tennessee and win is a pretty big statement. Last question from me, Cam Boozer. It's nonsensical, the numbers. Again, in this game, 24 and 23 and 6. What's a realistic per game average for him?
What do you have this game?
24 points, 23 rebounds, 6 assists to
That
one
works.
turnover
That works.
with 2 blocks and a steal.
Let's just go with that.
That's obviously not realistic, is it?
No, but I think that you know how in the same light we look at like Darren Peterson is going to do it all for Kansas?
The guy with 2 assists to 6 turnovers last game
That's not what I asked.
that scored the same amount as Cam Boozer in this with 22 less rebounds.
Right. You're talking about the 6'11" big man that went 7 for 20 from the field?
So we can do this every game,
Yeah,
huh?
we can do this every game if you want to. But what I'm saying is I think that Cam Boozer is going to do everything for this basketball team. He's going to have to. So I think like he's a guy that's going to average 20. He's going to average like 13 rebounds and probably like 5 assists to go with it.
Yeah. If that happens, what am I supposed to even think? Like, what are we looking at?
I'll tell you what to think. Stock down Carlos Boozer
Why?
because he had a son that was too young to place National Player of the Year bets 5 months ago.
Yeah, I've never seen rebounding like this, let alone like, oh, here's 6 assists, who cares?
We
Like,
yeah. Well, the thing is, we haven't seen a rebounder like this that does everything else. Like we saw Oscar Tshiebwe, but like Tshiebwe wasn't flirting with triple doubles.
I mean, the only guy that's even like semi in the realm of skilled and just that level rebounder that I've ever seen. Do you know who I'm gonna say?
That low skill, that lower rebounder.
It's also a one and done. It's an
No, who?
All-American.
Who?
Kevin Love? But
Yeah.
like Kevin Love's outlet passing was special. He wasn't like running point in the half court.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, Love averaged 18, 11, and 2. I would have said coming in, if Cam Boozer averages 18, 11, and 2, we'd be ecstatic. But right now, it looks like he's going to smash those numbers.
I was about to say, I'm even looking at like, because it came to my mind like Blake, but Blake played 2 years.
Blake did play 2 years. What was Blake's best year?
22, 14, and 2.
So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at Blake Griffin with more assists.
And Blake Griffin was the number 1 pick. He was player of the year, All-American, all that. Also, Blake Griffin didn't shoot threes at all.
Yeah, that's
Boozer
crazy.
can.
That's crazy. But then again, Blake Griffin didn't have to deal with Darren Peterson. So tough.
It's
Tough
gonna
luck.
be a long year.
Congratulations to the team drafting third in the NBA draft next year. It's ridiculous. Tennessee quickly. I don't know why we didn't spend more time on Tennessee in this video. Probably because I don't want to just come on here and shit on guys. Really, really gross, ugly offensive performance. Those two guys I mentioned, Gillespie and Amen, took 40 of the team's 68 shots. We know that Rick Barnes likes building teams that way. He wants to have a primary scorer, maybe even two guys that are going to shoot half or more of the team shots. In this game, it didn't work. I can tell you that. Nate Ament was, I think, a disaster. 5 for 19 from the floor, 0 for 5 from 3. 0 assists to 1 turnover, finished with 14 and 10. But again, 14 on 19 shots. Gillespie at least got you 8 assists to 2 turnovers. I do think he very much still is like a great point guard. To me, he just could not buy a jumper in this game and was 3 for 13 from three. I have a lot more issues with what I saw from Ament than I saw from Gillespie. Do you agree with me on that?
Yeah, especially because I think leading up into this scrimmages and things like that, whether they be secret and or not secret, the Gillespie ravings have been loud, right? And we've seen it happen. Like, I think he's just going to hit more shots, to be honest with you. I'd also like to give Amen a little bit of grace here, just a wee bit. The shot selection was bad, yes, and it you can't do this because it's not fair. But I mean, even in a game he went 5 for 19, he didn't completely disappear. Like he still spit, he still gave you a double double.
My brother in Christ, I don't think it's possible for Nate Ament to disappear.
He gave you a double double, and he played against one of the better defensive front courts in the country.
Sure. I don't think we're ever going to say Nate Ament disappeared from a game. That's not, you can't disappear when you're just screaming. Like he plays like he's screaming, I'm here the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough showing. It truly was. The shot selection was really bad. Um, not to throw players completely out of the mix, but he looked like more like Quincy Miller than Kevin Durant in this one. Um, it wasn't a good showing. It also
He,
wasn't a good showing while the other freshmen spit out 24, 23, and 6.
right. It's not fair to hold him to the standard of the big three freshmen. In fact, there are still people that call this like a 4-man class. Stop. Kill that respectfully to everyone else, including my guy, Koa Pete, who I think is closer to those three than anybody else. This is a 3-man class. Stop it. Let's not do this. I still have no idea if Ament's the fourth best player or the 20th best player. In fact, I lean closer to the 20th best player in this class. I'm just not into the whole pitch here. The whole pitch is I'm Kevin Durant. I get to do whatever I want. He's going to be way less efficient than Connect. He's going to be way less efficient than Lanier. He's just not that. He's not. He's a prospect that will be fun in the NBA, but I don't think this guy's going to be an efficient scorer at all. And I hated the shots he took. I thought they looked like total disaster. I thought he was taking like dice you up, step back threes that he was airballing a couple of. I'm so not into it. I would hate playing with the kid. I'm not going to enjoy watching the kid. Um, to me, the more that moves through Gillespie, the better. But again, Gillespie wasn't good in this game either. So you don't really have those secondary guys on this team. Like if Felix Akpara is your third best player, respect to all the rest of the bench here. They don't got other guys.
What about Felix Okpara banging a tray ball?
Akpara banged to Trey. I mean, dog, it's also like funny. I'm looking at this. So the Tennessee bench in this game went 12 for 15.
Yeah, they had 28. They had 28 points.
So absurdly efficient. And it's just like, yeah, who cares? We play through two guys. Like, and they're gonna miss everything tonight, and it is what it is. I think the defense is still gonna be great. The rebounding is still gonna be great, but I'm out on a team that needs Nate Ament to score 20 every night. I don't like that.
Yeah, I think that it's when you look at this, right, it's you're gonna have to live and die by this.
Yeah.
This is how it's gonna look. And unfortunately, this is the result when those two guys are gonna at the same time not play well.
Right. Yeah. There's gonna be some dying, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of what it is. That freshman, Brown? He
Yeah,
looked good in his minutes.
he did. I think he's gonna get a bigger role.
Yeah, like I mean, he looks like a 6'7" big, but at the same time, I liked it. Like he's like a 6'7", 260 big. That looks like he's got like some freakish wingspan type stuff going on.
Yeah. Perfect fit at Tennessee, for sure.
Yeah, I liked him.
Yep. I see it. Um, Duke fans, when we were gone for Big 12 Media Day, we had some other members of our team jump in and do the first exhibition recap. Turns out there was a bunch of feedback from folks saying that they didn't even talk about the game in that video. I did go back and listen to it. Y'all were right for the most part. Nobody was talking about the game. I don't know what happened with that one, so hand up. Sorry, we'll have some conversations. But we just gave you like what, 30 minutes of talking about this game? We were kind of mean about the backcourt, but like hopefully that made up for the first exhibition. You got anything else on Duke?
Exhibitions just do they matter?
Largely no.
I'm doing a bit
Oh,
anyway.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.